What's up, everybody? It's fight day. It's September 13th. Today's the big day. Canelo Álvarez versus Crawford. This is the big one that everyone wanted to see for a while. It's going to be a good fight. I'm pretty pumped up about it. I've been making prediction videos for a while on this channel. You can go back. I have the receipts. I am going to break down one last time. This is going to be my last video, besides the short I upload after this for, I'm going to make a prediction video for the fight. I'm going to tell you the keys to victory, why I think Canelo Álvarez is going to have a lot of problems. It's going to be very hard to solve Bud Crawford style, and why the age is a factor as well, both ages. And we're going to just get into it. So let's just go into it. No editing, right off the head, no notes, nothing. I have no other cell phone. This is all I have in front of me besides the TV on pause in the background. So I've been through it over and over. If you watched a few videos before, if you're new here, what's up? My name is Rick. Check it out. I think that Canelo Álvarez's best chance in this fight is going to have to be a pressure fight from the onset. He's going to have to really go and try to make this a dog fight, because he's going to have a lot of problems with an unbeaten Crawford. Crawford's never been beaten. A lot of people are overlooking that fact. Another thing that's probably not discussed as much is the age. 37, 38 is no spring chicken. It's pushing 40. That is for Crawford. And he's not going to be a young Crawford, but he's still technically kind of close in age to Canelo, who's the younger fighter who has that advantage. I just watched the weigh-in. I just watched the face-off. Honestly, I don't even give a damn about the undercard. Undercard's probably hot trash, but I don't care. I just want to see this main event. I'm predicting it for, I told you, I already know. You already know if you watched a couple of my videos before. I think that Crawford, is it going to be such a big upset if he wins? Probably, because Vegas has the odds for the bigger man, and it's easier to pick Canelo, who's the favorite, who a lot of people think are going Canelo's going to get the job done because of the weight and the age too. Arguably, you could say the age. Age has a lot to do with this as well. But Canelo should definitely make it a dog fight. I don't know the size of the ring, but it would favor a smaller ring for him. I would think that they negotiated a middle-size ring, a mid-size ring. We're going to see what happens with that. I didn't look it up, but I got my jacket on for the special occasion today again. So I think that Crawford, he's definitely an unsolvable, up until this point, no one's solved Crawford ever. No one's beaten this man. You got to understand boxing and the sweet science. A lot of this game is psychological. Now, a lot of the reality check was when they faced off. I bet a lot of fans were like, wow. A lot of fans that don't really know about boxing, and they just thought Canelo was going to look like a heavyweight in front of Crawford, because Crawford's coming up in weight. Surprise, he's not that much bigger. Of course, he's going to hydrate, and he's going to get the fluids in him, and he's going to look more thicker during fight time, I believe. But Crawford, we're going to find out if Crawford can keep his speed, his power intact, and he can keep Canelo at a distance and not get greedy and stand in front of Canelo. That's an advantage for Crawford. It's going to be interesting. He needs to definitely, I believe he should start as southpaw. He's a lefty and a righty. He's going to cause problems. Canelo Álvarez has problems with boxers. Again, if you look at Canelo, he has 2 draws, I believe, 2 losses. And officially, I think that Laura, definitely GGG beat him. He should have more losses there. I think he's overrated. He's marketed right. They're selling him as a pound-for-pound ring legend, top elite fighter. No. Floyd Mayweather beat him very easily. He showed you early in Canelo's career, which I predicted on his channel, why he's not so amazing, top elite. You know, when you're comparing fighters, you want to put pound-for-pound legends like, you know, Pernell Whitaker, Roy Jones Jr., in his prime, I'm talking about Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather, guys like that. Canelo is not on that level. I'm sorry to disappoint you. And it's a fact. It's just a fact. He's really good. Not discrediting him. He's really good. But he's not one of those types of fighters. That's why Bud Crawford could jump weights and fight him and possibly pull this off. I think he's going to do it. Even at 37, 38. We'll find out. Is he going to get old in one night? Is Canelo going to get old in one night? What excuse is that? Some people are going to say, oh, you're making excuses. I've heard it already. In fact, I haven't even read comments on these videos in a while. Just having a good time. So I don't really, you know, want to hear negative people get crazy upset. I'm just having fun. I'm just a boxing fan telling you what I think. A lot of my predictions all right over the years. A lot of them. It's true. You can see the receipts. I always say it. I won prizes, showtimes, streaks, boxing streak. 14, 15, right? Even off the record, without receipts. I've been doing this for years, but it's fun. I'm just a fan. That's all. But I think that Canelo has to make this a dogfight, lean on Bud Crawford. Early on, start with the body shots, as well as Crawford should be going for body, of course. He should definitely be just trying to make it a dogfight and frustrate and get Crawford out of his game and get him in a situation where he's just frustrated and not really thinking. But that's going to be very difficult to do, even if he's bullying him and trying to make it a dirty fight. A veteran tactic move, shoulder in the face, elbows, And when they're doing stuff like this, they're hoping for a cut, for sure. That is the one person that's doing these dirty tactics. They're trying to land a cut or something, to have some type of edge, psychologically, physical advantage. Psychologically is a huge thing, psychological advantage in this ring. But I think that Crawford is so seasoned. He's such a calm professional in there. He's been through it all, as well as Canelo. He's going to stay composed, and he's going to utilize all of his skills and his talents and ability to win this fight, even at 37. What is he, 38 now? Did he turn 38? It's going to be very interesting to see what he does. Canelo already lost. Psychologically, Canelo's already been in those waters. He knows when he was losing to Bivol. He knew it. He felt it. He's in the ring. He's a boxer. These guys are very smart. They know when they're losing rounds, and they know when they're losing fights. They know it. So Crawford has never lost a fight. You'd be hard-pressed to see him lose solid rounds. Did he look good in his last fight? No. He was fighting down to another guy. I get it. He was looking for the big fight. Before the last fight with Israel, he's fought his best fight, one of his best fights ever, with Spence. Now, that's like 2 years ago. I'm really looking forward to seeing a good fight. I think Crawford is going to switch hit, meaning if Canelo's starting to give him problems in Crawford, he's standing in his lefty southpaw position. It's a lefty. It means his right hand, if you're a casual fan, is out in front with the jab. He can switch hit. He can go to the left and figure it out. That's one of Crawford's biggest gifts. In seconds, he changes. He changes when he's losing, and he makes the adjustments. He just cannot get greedy. If he does, and these punches will add up. I don't care what anyone says, the weight and everything. He punches hard. You get hit enough, you can be a light heavyweight and go up to heavyweight. And if you hit the heavyweight champion with a solid chin like Mike Tyson or enough, they will crack. The chin will crack. Floyd was hurting Canelo, all right? He was hurting. He was bothering him. It wasn't visibly legs wobbling hurt, but you could see the punches hurt. They bothered him. So he has to get Canelo's respect early, and he has to keep Canelo off him. It's going to be that's his keys to victory. And he got to fight in spots, and he cannot have his back on his ropes, Crawford. He cannot get locked and have Canelo cutting that ring off. It's going to be a bad night if Canelo is successful in cutting off the ring, cornering Crawford, and landing a lot of body shots, and then, going up to the head. There's going to be mad problems for Crawford if that happens, and it's consistent. It's going to be a really good fight. I don't know how it's going to play out. So many variables, theater of the unexpected. Why is Jim Lampley not calling the fight? I would be surprised if he was. Why is his commentary, his beautiful voice over boxing not being utilized at this level? The Turkey Ali or whoever the promoter is, or whoever, I don't even know. Netflix, someone hire Jim Lampley, please. His talents are being wasted. The man is he brings such a level of professionalism to commentating that no one else possesses. It's just a level, so many levels higher. If you don't know who I'm talking about, just look at old HBO fights with Jim Lampley's voice on it, and you'll see when he's calling those fights. But anyway, I think it's going to be a really good fight. I'm really anxious to see what happens. I'm looking forward to it. Or, well, the word's not anxious. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I'm excited, not anxious. I just want to see a really good fight. I want to see them both healthy at the end of the fight. For those who are saying that Canelo's going to knock out Crawford like in 3 or 4 rounds, you're crazy. That's if Bud wasn't taking it seriously, wasn't training, and he just walked in there trying to get a payday like Spinks with Tyson back in the day. Yeah, maybe. Bud Crawford is in this to win it. You could see Eye of the Tiger. This man is a winner. Don't forget, he's never lost. This is psychologically a big advantage, believe it or not, in boxing. Bud Crawford never lost a fight, and he never even looked like he lost a fight. I don't care what anyone says. Some people were spoiled, so in his last fight, a little lackluster. Bud was winning that fight all the way. It wasn't even close. Please, give me a break. People just want to see, they look at what he did to Errol Spence, and then coming off of that fight, you expect him to go in there and just knock someone out with ease. Oh, he didn't look good at that weight when he moved up one weight class from Errol Spence and had his last fight. In my opinion, this doesn't matter. He did what he did. He contained his opponent in his last fight, and he beat him the way he did, and he got out without being really, damaged. Canelo has a lot of fights. He's younger. He's 35, 60-something fights. There's a lot of wear and tear on the body. All those training camps, all those hits. He's getting hit a lot. It adds up. It does. Even if it doesn't look like Canelo's really that hurt, it adds up. Wear and tear on the body. So maybe physically, I argue, Canelo is actually 37, 38, or 39 on his boxing life because of all of those fights. So we're going to see what happens. It's going to be very interesting. I think that Crawford's preserved quite well at 37, 38. He's never been really seriously hurt in the ring. I did see him wobble. Gamboa was his most dangerous fight as far as taking punishment. He was really wobbled in that fight, but he turned it around in a couple seconds. And he did what he did. He came back and he won a spectacular knockout. This is going to be a great fight. This is going to be really good. Boxing, I said it recently, it's not as popular as it used to be. So this is good for boxing. So many people have Netflix across the world, and they're promoting the fight. And a lot of casual people that don't even know who these men are going to tune in. I'm shocked. I told you, I woke up to people in the street. Hey, you're going to watch the fight? What fight? Canelo Álvarez? Who? Crawford? Who? They don't know. Guarantee you, if this was 12 years ago, most of the people would at least heard of Canelo Álvarez at the very least, and some Crawford. Yeah, totally. No, but most of the people I've been going up to and talking about out in the real world, when I'm out hanging out or whatever, at work or something like this, I'm like, hey, did you ever, do you know about the fight? They don't know what the heck I'm talking about. They don't know who these people are, which is quite, it's a wake-up call for me. I was like, wow, real people really aren't into boxing like they used to be. But I bet you the same people I'm asking, most of them would have heard of Jake Paul and associated him with boxing. What does that tell you? Some C-level fighter, WWE fake entertaining, cab driver fighter. When I say cab driver, I mean skill level. They hear of him, but they don't know who Crawford is or Canelo. I talk to people, they don't know who heck Canelo is. It's crazy to me. It's crazy. But yet again, they know who Jake Paul is, and they don't know, they know him from YouTube, but they also know, oh, he fights too. He's a boxer. In their minds, he's a real fighter, like a pound for pound fighter to them. The whole thing is crazy to me. But this is the reality. So anyway, us boxing fans, we know what's up. Like I said, what I'm worried about before I go, the crowd. I think the crowd could easily sway these corrupt judges, alleged corrupt judges. There's a lot of problems with judging in boxing, especially with Canelo. GGG definitely won that first fight. Triple G, Golovkin, in my opinion, and many boxing experts and fans thought that Triple G did win the first fight with Canelo. They're booing Crawford at the weigh-in. That's not good, because there's no problem with these judges who feel emboldened when they go ahead. When it looks like Bud is winning, we're going to know. We're going to know. That's my concern now, big time. The concern for me is Crawford wins on a decision, and I believe that's the only way he's going to win. He shouldn't be looking, if the knockout comes, fine. He needs a knockout as well. He needs a decision win. Preferably a knockout, of course. But I think a decision win on the cards, Bud could do it. I think he should do it. But my concern is the judging. The judges, Canelo even lands punches, and some don't even land. The crowd's going to be yelling and screaming like he won. I'm telling you, watch. The robbery, the fix might be in. The fix might be in. That might be the title of this video. Canelo versus Crawford. The fix is in. Corrupt judges. That is my problem. If it looks like Bud Crawford won the fight and he did win, I'll say it and most fans will know. And if they put a 0 or a draw, they put a draw, that's my concern. Even that. If Bud wins, there's going to be some, there's probably going to be some BS with judging. That's the problem. That's why I stopped watching boxing for a while, or I stopped talking about it too, because of the judging, the corrupt judging. I think that Canelo has that going for him, the judges. And like I said, the fans will know. Let's say if Bud wins, and we all know he won on the cards, look for, because I'm so jaded right now already. I'm looking for a decision that's going to be a draw if Bud really wins and dominates on the cards. And then if it's close, but Bud still won, watch. If it's close and Bud won, and most fans know he won, and most people that know about boxing, they know what they're looking at, watch him give it to Canelo. Straight up, watch. That's how this works. That's how this works. Hopefully we get a right, just decision, whatever happens. And I'll say the opposite, by the way. If I saw Canelo win in a fight and he loses, and somehow Bud gets a miracle decision, I'll be like, whoa. Or even a draw. I'll be like, no, Canelo won that fight. And I've done that on his channel before. So we'll see what happens. I'm going Crawford all the way. Boxes to a decision. Canelo's best bet. Frustrate him and knock him out. Try to take out Crawford. That's his best bet, because I'm telling you, this man is slick. He's got skills. He's never lost before. He's got all types of game, all types of techniques, all types of skills. The word that they like using most recently, and I think Paulie Maganali, I always say it's wrong, Maganali. I know I get his name wrong. Maganali, whatever. He started saying the word creative. From what I remember, he would use that word. It's Crawford's creative, and everyone started stealing and biting Paulie's saying when he started commentating on fights. Oh, he's creative. He's creative. Never hear the end of it, but that's the first dude I heard saying that. Anyway, I think that Crawford has so many tools in his toolbox, and Canelo's kind of limited. He doesn't have as many, and I just see, even with the weight, even with the age, I think that Crawford could pull off a decision, and the judges, they may rob him, but the real boxing heads will know who prevailed, who actually deserved to win the fight. We'll see what happens. Anything can happen. It's boxing. Will Canelo get old? Will Crawford get old on the night? Will people be making excuses? Oh, Canelo lost because he's 35. He got beat by an older guy, or vice versa. Will people say that? No. Whoever's going to win this fight is supposed to win this fight, and they won it because they were the better man on the night at that weight. And that's the end of it. Hope we get a good one. I can't wait. I'm pumped. I'll see you all in another video. I'm out. Let me do this.